Welcome to Connecting Bites, where we show you amazing places to travel and eat, especially for vegetarians. Today, we have a special one for you. Charleston, South Carolina. Let's go. So you might be wondering why it's just me again. And the honest truth is, we brought a little one into this world. That's right, people. The Marshalls have a +1. However, the birth didn't necessarily go as we planned. And if you're interested in learning more about the birth of our daughter Quinn, then stick around to the end of the video. Charleston, South Carolina is frequently on top 10 lists for most beautiful, most charming places in America. And a quick walk or drive through downtown will reveal why it makes such a strong case.
Downtown Charleston streets are some of the most beautiful and walkable in America. Colorful houses, cherry blossom trees. There's just sights everywhere. Cobblestone streets. Definitely take it all in while you're walking around.
So as you're driving and walking around downtown Charleston, the history of the city is ever present and unavoidable. There are historic landmarks everywhere. There's signposts everywhere telling you a little bit more about the city. And one thing that's undeniable is Charleston's place and role in the history of slavery in our country. And there's no greater place for a sobering dose of reality than the old Slave Mart.
As you're walking around Battery Park, make sure you just walk along the coastline, take in the beautiful scenery and all of the really colorful houses. Don't sleep on Sweet Belgium. The owners are actually from Belgium, and they have some of the best Belgian waffles that we've ever tasted. And if you're near North Charleston, be sure to check out Riverfront Park.
So right off the bat, right off jump, vegans and vegetarians, you have to go to Huriyali. I cannot tell you how many times Brittany and I have frequented this gem of a restaurant.
Huriyali is one of the most unassuming restaurants in Charleston. If you don't know what to look for, you'll drive right past it. It also has a really beautiful outdoor eating area. All the greenery really makes you feel at home.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, one of the mainstays of vegan and vegetarian restaurants in Charleston is, without a doubt, Dell'sville or Dell'z.
Dell'sville is another really unassuming restaurant in Charleston. It's family owned and operated and has a long list of menu items that you should definitely try, not just the ones we show you here. Also, those Rice Krispie treats, bussin'.
Now, of course, we all know no trip to Charleston is complete without going to one of its many beautiful beaches. There are several. Two of our favorites were definitely Sullivan's Island and Isle of Palms. Now, they do have two different feels. Sullivan's Island is a little bit more compact. It's a little bit more of a home feel. The stretch of beach is not quite as long or wide as Isle of Palms. But we really loved both of them, and you can't go wrong with either one. Another really cool vegan restaurant and lounge that we enjoyed was, of course, Neon Tiger.
Neon Tiger can get really crowded, especially in the evenings and at night. So make sure you have a reservation if you plan on visiting when the sun goes down. There's a long list of items that you should try on this menu. Our favorite was the Meat Lovers Pizza, which is one of the best vegetarian pizzas we've had. And of course, the chicken sandwich.
While we're on the subject of really cool restaurants, we have to give a shout out to Gnome Cafe, who unfortunately recently closed in September of this year. While our daughter Quinn was in the hospital, we frequented Gnome Cafe like every day. They have the best vegan cinnamon rolls in the world, bar none. And they also have a really delicious hemp sausage biscuit. And we used to eat that thing like every morning, let me tell you. We wish their owners all of the best. And we hope at some point that you can return. Like, we need them cinnamon rolls and we need that hemp sausage. One really cool, really unique attraction that should not be missed is the Angel Oak Tree.
Angel Oak Tree is actually not technically in Charleston. It's actually Johns Island, which is about 30 minutes from downtown. This is one of the largest live oak trees in the world, and it's truly an impressive sight to behold. No photos or video will do its sheer size any justice. Well worth the drive to Johns Island to see it, and it's free.
So if you're crossing over Arthur Ravenel Bridge, which is the large suspension bridge right there in Charleston, South Carolina, you can't miss it. You'll notice an aircraft carrier, the USS Yorktown. That carrier is a part of Patriot's Point Naval and Maritime Museum, another museum that you should not miss.
Now, of course, the USS Yorktown, the decommissioned aircraft carrier, is the highlight of the museum, and it's massive. Bring some comfortable walking shoes and enjoy the winding corridors, compartments, and stairs. Also, don't forget to check out the flight deck at the top.
And speaking of museums, another one that you shouldn't miss for art lovers is the Gibbes Museum of Art. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we saved one of our favorite vegan and vegetarian restaurants for last. And it is none other than the family-owned and operated Vinged. Vine has, without a doubt, the best fried cauliflower in the world. Full stop. Period. End of discussion. It's the best in the world. Also, that macaroni and cheese, cuz that mac and that cheese, that vegan mac and cheese. We don't know how they doing it, but they doing it. Ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for this episode of Connecting Bites. But before I leave, as promised in the opening of this episode, I want to give you a little bit of information about the birth of our daughter, Quinn. Unfortunately, she was born with a very rare congenital heart defect known as hypoplastic left heart syndrome, or HLHS, and that pretty much means she was born with half a heart. If you're interested in learning more about HLHS or our journey, then you should visit here, our Caring Bridge site, where we post periodic updates, posts about Quinn's condition and her progress. Thank you so much for joining us today. We'll see you on the next one.